Thursday Thunder on this 20th?
20th of September.
20th of September. Adrian.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm feeling amazing. I feel comfortable.
You must be, because you were hitting your blue steel really good this morning.
I know. I don't like photo shoots. I don't know how people do it, but I commend people's efforts.
So Adrian, along with my daughter, were our models for our new jerseys, which are now in. So this is the new sleeveless jersey. Sleeved jersey.
Yeah.
Not a sleeveless jersey, a sleeved jersey. So these have just landed virtually today.
Yep.
At all the stores, online, come in sizes from double extra small to double extra large.
Yep.
And only $39.95. Which I think is a pretty good price.
It's a very good price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what we're starting to do is we'll start releasing a few little bits and pieces of apparel. So this is our first one. We've only got 200 units of these.
Yes. We've already sold technically 4. Technically, when you think about it, yeah.
Yeah. So nationally, so 200, and then we're going to release a new one, and so forth. And we're going to bring out different styles, different things. So this is basically a training. I'd call it a training top. You can wear it anywhere you want, obviously, but it's a good training top. It's nice and roomy, but it's also then nice and a little bit firm around that gun, which is what we wanted. So these are now available online at Australian Muscle, and they're $39.95, and that includes free delivery Australia-wide. So check it out, from double extra small, which is basically for the girls, up to double extra large. And check out, we'll have Adrian's photo shoot pictures up soon.
Oh God.
Hitting blue steel.
Yeah, it's like I said, I don't know how people can do it. I just felt awkward and do this, do that. My body doesn't move in that way. So. But well done, Nelson.
Yes, done by the magician of photo shoots, Nelson Azevedo Photography. Nelson is actually still in town until Monday. So if you want a quick photo shoot, hit up Nelson.
Yeah, definitely.
You can find him on Facebook, just under Nelson Azevedo Photography. If you can't find him, get in contact with us and we'll put you in touch with him. I'm sure he'd be thrilled to do another photo shoot.
Very much
He's only been here for a month doing photo shoots every day.
Yeah.
All right. The Mr. Olympia was on last week.
Yeah. And I, for one, screamed like a little girl when Roden won.
Well, we've been talking about it the last couple of weeks, and we were all sort of lamenting that another boring Mr. Olympia. Well, this ended up being the most exciting Mr. Olympia, well, for a few years.
For at least the last 4 years, I would say.
Yeah.
4 or 5 years, give or take.
Yeah, that's right. And the reason is that Sean Roden dethroned Phil Heath on the day. I must admit, when I was watching it, straight away, as soon as Roden came out, remember I messaged you and said, Roden looks unreal.
He's on, yeah.
He's on. And I was watching more of the prejudging, which I had to watch on a replay because the iHerb coverage on the day, on Saturday morning, was just atrocious.
Yeah, was horrendous.
I thought it was my internet, but it was worldwide. Everyone carrying on.
Every single Facebook page. There was a stream screwed up.
So the next morning I watched it on replay, because you were able to watch it replay, and during the judging, I sort of thought Roden should win this, but I was scared that he wasn't going to.
Yeah. No, I was very worried that there might be some political thing, like every
well, yeah, like, I mean, they all carry on that you need to do a knockout punch to beat the existing champion.
Yeah.
I thought he had a knockout punch. Well, I judged it pose for pose, and I had Roden winning 5 of the 7.
Yep. And I think the one that sealed it for me was the abs and thigh shot.
Yeah, well, that's the one they're all showing it.
And that's the one was just...
And Phil Heath, unfortunately, from the front, he just didn't look really that good.
No, but it's... Always Phil Heath from the back looks better than his front.
Yeah.
Like his back pose is
Phil won from the back. Yeah, his back is unbeatable. His hamstrings, his glutes, everything from the back is he's just unbeatable.
That crazy thickness of his
from the front, I think Sean had him on every pose.
Every single pose, even the side chest, everything.
Everything. And it was like Heath's midsection was disappointing. He hadn't fixed it from last year, and if anything, it might have been even worse.
It was a lot. It was worse. But people were saying, "Oh, it's due to the hernia operation that's going to happen." Yeah. But you can't use that year in, year out, saying, "Oh."
Well, we all wrote Sean off. I wrote him off. We had him in 4th.
Yes.
But there was I listened to a podcast yesterday with Chris Aceto, his dietitian.
Yep.
And it was like 3 years ago. Roden was 2nd. So I was listening to Chris Aceto, and like he said, 3 years ago he was second.
Yep.
Then the year after that he dropped a placing, and he had a gut issue. He had some sort of acidity in his stomach which caused the bloating, and he moved down a spot. Last year, do you know that he competed with a broken jaw?
Yeah, I read that actually.
Yeah. So he had a broken jaw, which affected his prep in the last 2 weeks.
He couldn't
really
eat, he couldn't
dramatically. Yeah, he could only eat certain amounts of food, etc., and that affected his condition. Now, Aceto was saying, based on those 2 showings, whereas before he was second, everyone wiped him out, that he's gone, he's had it. Yeah. Whereas they all knew that if they could bring him in healthy and fit, he was going to win.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. And he won, and he looked awesome. He really brought those flex wheeler type lines.
Yes.
He was tiny waist, and he just posed so good. Everything he did warranted him to be the champion.
Yeah.
And he even held, if you notice, he held these poses, or started them after Phil Heath, and made Phil hold his poses longer than he did. So he gassed Phil out. He was puffing and panting, which made his stomach fall out even more. So he played the perfect game on the day.
Very good mental game.
From the Friday to the Saturday night, Heath didn't improve, even though he's known as Mr. Saturday Night. He didn't get better, and Sean brought in the same package, just as good, just as tight, and had it. So congratulations. So I'll go through the full placings, because they didn't say the full placings on the night, which was really annoying. They changed the broadcast where they only showed the top 5 placings. They didn't mention the other placings, whereas before they used to do it from the top 10. So we got Sean Roden in first, and he won $400,000. Phil Heath was second. Rolly Winkler came in third, a deserving third, and really he could have easily pushed Phil into third, I thought.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
Definitely.
William Bonac dropped a spot down to fourth, and the big mover was Brandon Curry, who came in 5th place. And we sort of had Curry.
We didn't have Curry in top 5.
No,
I don't think
but we did mention Curry.
Yeah,
we did mention Curry.
There he is.
But no, we didn't have. We didn't have Curry. No. Our placings were way off.
We were way off. Let's just didn't happen.
Yeah. But the biggest disappointment of the whole night, though, was Rami.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And Rami on Friday came in way off.
Yep.
He was way too big, which sounds stupid for a bodybuilding show, but he was way too big, and his condition then reflected that. He wasn't sharp. His legs were just big watery bags.
Stupid. Yeah. It looked really funny.
They were massive, but they were just undetailed watery bags. Now, to his credit, apparently he dropped 12 to 15 pounds overnight.
Yeah.
And he looked heaps better on the Saturday night, the next night, but it didn't move him up in the plane. He most probably moved him from 8th to 6th.
Yeah, definitely.
But if he brought that package, he most probably would have pushed Brandon Curry out, I reckon.
Yeah, well, if he lost 12 pounds overnight, he would have become about 299, 298.
Yeah, and he did. He was under 300, and he looked heaps better. Still most probably too big. He most probably needs to come in at 280.
Yeah.
And then he'll be really good.
If he comes in next year, if he loses maybe 10, 15 pounds, brings everything in, bring these legs down as well.
His legs were actually too big for his. That's made his upper body, and he's so huge. It made his upper body look out of balance.
It's either A, he loses mass in his legs, or B, just stops training legs for a bit and brings up his upper body.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Another disappointment was Dexter Jackson, and it wasn't as a disappointment that Dexter didn't bring in a bad package. He looked the same, Dexter, but just all these others were just so. I thought he could have. And he most probably was ahead of Rami on Friday night, but Rami's improved package most probably pushed him ahead of Dexter. So still 7th. He turns 49 next week, apparently.
Yeah, so I called a guess, but I think next year he'll be his last Olympia for his 50th.
He has said that he's not retiring this year, so he's still going to do. He needs to re-qualify now because he's out of the top 5, and Rami needs to qualify.
Yeah, he'll probably do that in the first 2 shows.
Yeah, Rami, I think he'll most probably do the Arnold Classic, and so will Dexter Jackson. And a rumour went around this morning that Phil Heath might do.
Yeah.
But I don't think he will.
No,
I think Heath will knuckle down and he'll come back next year.
He'll realise that he's not unbeatable. And he has to actually try harder.
Yeah, exactly right. So, In 8th place was Nathan Diasha, who was a big talker before the show.
I'm going to win.
Yeah. Look, Nathan Diasha, as far as I'm concerned, is still 3 or 4 years away from top 5.
Yeah.
Really.
He's got a few years ahead of him. He has to fill out a bit more as well.
Cedric McMillan was in 9th, and this was the best Cedric McMillan for a couple of years. I thought he had Nathan.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so I was surprised to see him in 9th. A few people are saying, what does Cedric need to do? I think because he's so tall, he still came in at around 270 or something.
280 he was on stage.
280?
So
there's few people who are saying that he still needs more mass.
Yeah.
And
He's 6'2"?
He doesn't have a freak factor.
No.
And I think to be in the top 5, you need to have a freak factor about you. Not necessarily size. Freak factor for Sean was his incredible, ridiculous shape.
Yeah.
Like his shape was nuts. Along with that condition, you know. Rolly Winkler's freak factor is just his mass and proportions. You know, Brandon Curry, he's got this ridiculous shape about him, tiny waist. Whereas Cedric McMillan has just got a nice physique. I know it sounds crazy we talk about these guys so blatantly, but at that level, he just had a nice physique.
Yeah, it's not disappointing to look at, but also not. It's like whoa,
nothing that sort of warrants that this guy should be in the top 5 and top 6. And rounding out the 10th was Steve Kuklo, who looked really good, but again, he's the same as Nathan. He's still a number of years away from being in the top 6 and threatening any of those guys. So that's pretty well it for the Open. We'll quickly go through the 212s, and Flex Lewis won that again, hands down.
Yeah, that's 7.
Like literally hands down.
Yep.
So nobody even touched him. Derek Lunsford was in 2nd. We didn't have this guy anywhere near our... and he looked really good, but then you mentioned that Kamal guy when we did our... and you didn't even have him, but we mentioned him. Well, he came in 3rd, and he really, I think he could have been 2nd. Lunsford has got really good shape and size, but Kamal's condition and lines.
And Kamal just has that age factor as well.
Yeah,
He's got the
46
maturity.
years old.
Yeah.
And did you know that he competed with a torn calf?
Oh.
He tore his calf on the Thursday night before the show, posing in Chris Aceto's room.
Yeah, that'll do it. Is he under Chris Aceto as well?
Yes.
Ah.
Yep. And he was apparently heavily sedated for that. Apparently he went to hospital the next day, so he had to have surgery on his calf. Ahmed Askanani, he dropped 2 spots down to 4th, and Jose Raymond, who announced his retirement, finished in 5th place, bringing his usual stupid crazy package, and David Henry in 6th. So all in all, not too many surprises in the 212. Classic physique, Breon Ansley.
Exact same as last year.
Yeah, and a lot of people saying that Chris Bumstead should... I think Chris Bumstead is still nowhere near.
No, he isn't. No.
Shape and lines, beautiful classic physique, beautiful posing, everything. So really look it up on the iHerb site and replays, because Breon Ansley's posing routine, everything, how he presented himself, was truly a classic.
Yep.
It was really good.
Now with the 212, this is Flex's last 212 Olympia.
Yes.
So he isn't retiring.
No, he retired, announced his retirement from the 212.
Yes.
So he's not going to do the 212, but he has not announced his retirement from the Open. Yeah. And he's saying 2020.
Yeah, and as I said to one of the members yesterday, if Flex managed to put on 10 pounds minimum, he will be top 3 within the next 2 years.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see that.
If he can keep that exact same proportions, the exact same hardness and graininess he'll bring in, that's top 3 material.
Because look, when you think about it, William Bonac, he was about 230. Yeah. So Flex Lewis really sucked down to 212, and if he can come in at maybe 225, well, there's no reason why he can't be in the top 6. Exactly. Yeah. So look, a lot of people say that no way he won't place in the top 6. I think he can.
But yeah, you've said that Flex is like, on some interviews, like he struggles to get down to that weight. Like it's a struggle for him.
It's a struggle for him. So that's it. So that was Olympia weekend. A very, very exciting Olympia weekend, considering we all said that it was going to be boring as that shit, because we just thought Phil's going to romp it in. One thing I will add, what do you think? Do you reckon Sean can win the Olympia again? Or is he a 1 Olympia champion like
I think,
Dexter?
personally, I think yes, he will win again if he does the exact same thing. I don't, like, Phil has been going back.
Yeah.
Like, his first start, he was incredible. He looked like no one's ever seen that thing since Ronnie Coleman. And then it sort of peaked around 2012, 2013, and then slowly from there it's been going down. So I don't see Phil coming back from it.
Yeah, look, it'll be interesting. A lot of people said that he can't fix his gut. Well, I mean, Rolly Winkler 2 years ago was slammed for his midsection. He's brought it right in. So he needs to fix that.
Yep.
Either an issue with his own stamina and posing ability, or then there's a physical thing
or
that he
he
needs
just
to
wear a corset for 3 months.
Yeah, maybe that's what he needs to do. These
Get a waist trainer,
waist trainers. We saw someone on Instagram. Yeah, it doesn't.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
Don't
Anyway, what that will do is next year's Mr. Olympia is going to be really exciting.
Yes, because
one, it'll be exciting. Can Sean back it up? 2, will Phil Heath be there?
Yep.
And then I think there's people like Rolly Winkler, Brandon Curry, Rami, who are now thinking that I can win this.
He's like, I've beaten him in the past, I can beat him again.
Yeah.
So yeah, next year's Olympia will be fun.
Yeah. But Sean Roden, how old is he? 44?
44, yeah.
44. So there's no reason that he can't still do it for another couple of years. Can he back it up? I don't know. It'll be interesting.
Yeah. I hope so.
I think he'll be a really good Mr. Olympia. He's already really active on social media.
I've seen so much.
People always criticise Phil Heath on being the unapproachable sort of Mr. Olympia. I think Sean Roden's going to be totally opposite.
He's very charismatic, Roden is.
He was the most chilled out winner though, wasn't he?
Yay!
Thank you very much. I'd like to thank my wife. I'm hungry. It was very good. All right, before we go, you wanted to go on and talk about something?
Yes, occlusion training.
Oh, yes.
Now, everyone knows about occlusion training. If you don't know about it, essentially you bind off a limb or a muscle group just enough so blood can flow in, but it can't flow out, so it becomes deoxygenated blood, therefore releasing something called metabolites into the blood, causing slow and fast twitch fibers to burn out quicker, therefore growing more muscle.
Yep.
This is said and done to do at 65%, anywhere from 30 to 65% of your maximum muscle, like your maximum 1 rep max.
So this is actually data that you've looked up?
Yeah.
Like there is research on occlusion training?
Yes, there is research on occlusion training, and it has been said to be beneficial. But what people don't read is the underlying conclusionary and also how they got to that data. Every single training session under occlusion training was done to absolute muscular failure.
Yep.
It wasn't done with 12 reps, it wasn't done 15 reps, it was doing upwards of 40 to 50 reps while they were bound.
Yep.
There is also scientific data backing up the exact same thing on low intensity versus high intensity.
Yep.
Every single bit of data is gone towards muscular muscle failure.
So basically what you're saying, it's not the type of training you're doing, as in occlusion, as in high reps, low reps, but as long as you train to muscular failure.
Yeah, and every single one of the
Really?
Yes.
Oh my god.
So while it is, I've done occlusion training in the past before because it has been shown to be beneficial on your joints because you're lifting lower, but they also test occlusion training on people over the age of 65.
Okay.
So it's not beneficial for younger people. If you're over the age of 65, go for it, but still train to muscular muscle fatigue.
All right.
And it's all available online. Go to PubMed, look up occlusion training, blood flow restriction training, BFR training, that's what they call it.
Yep.
And all the data is there for you to read and go from there.
Okay.
Don't do it.
Yeah. I don't know, to me it doesn't make sense that, so how do you know when you've bound enough that blood is still going out but it can't get out?
I don't know, you don't know, it's just, there's a very interesting Facebook thread.
Like, is there some sort of machine that...
It is literally just a medical tourniquet that people use.
Yeah,
like
I
the
know.
nurse would use to bind it off.
But yeah, what I'm saying is, how do you know when you've done it enough so that the blood can still go in but it can't get out?
Yeah, I don't know that either.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's any data.
Because if you do it too tight, you're going to totally cut off the blood flow.
Yeah,
which to me makes no sense because you want blood flow into the muscle so it's getting oxygen for as long as possible so that the muscle will work and contract.
Yeah. We should definitely link a little a link in the description to someone's Facebook.
Well,
post.
in the end, look up Damon Hayhell on Facebook.
Yep.
And then scroll down his page and it's still there near the top, and there's an article on his thoughts on occlusion training. One, it's worth just reading it because of the hilarity of it.
Yeah, and he's just so eloquent.
That's right.
Like, he can tell you to go screw yourself, and you're like, I should actually. That sounds really good. Yeah.
Yeah. So check it out. But in the end, for maximum muscle hypertrophy, strength, everything. Yeah. Train to absolute muscular fat.
Yeah. That's how you grow. That's how anything grows. That's how anything happens.
Yeah. With progressive overload.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. Easy done. That's it. That's what we got to talk about now, but we've got something new, so we will go straight into AM review. And we have a new product that we have spoken about a couple of times now, waiting for this to come in. We are talking about a Mega Pre by Primeval Labs. Now, this is hyped with good reason as the strongest pre-workout on the market.
Yeah, and both of us went through very different sort of phases when we took it.
Yeah. All right. Now we'll quickly just go through the formula. Whereas it's pretty standard type formula. So you've got your citrulline, L-citrulline, your beta-alanine, your beta-andronous, your choline, which is your nootropic,
methyllibrine, which is dynamine.
Dynamine. Yep. So dynamine is the new ingredient. Yeah. So dynamine is basically gives you like the effects of caffeine, but very quick. Like it hits you very fast, but then you come down nice and slowly behind it. Then it's got your caffeine in there, your norvaline, it's got caffeine, malate, etc. But what the amount of caffeine in there and stimulants per serve, if you go a 2-scoop serve, is over 700 milligrams.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah. So that's including your caffeine and your dynamine, your norvaline, etc. I took 1 1/4 scoops, and this product hits hard and faster than anything I've ever used. I mean, 5 to 10 minutes and you can feel this stuff on your face bubbling away. Is the best way to describe it. You took 2 scoops.
Yeah, and I'm never doing that again.
And I'm never taking 1 1/4. I'm gonna, tomorrow, my deadly session, I'm gonna try just a 1 level scoop.
I'm gonna just try 1.
Yeah. Now, this, remember I said 3/4 of the way through our workout that this is still intensifying, and it was. So I took it about half an hour before training, but a good 40 minutes into our training session, I thought this product was still intensifying. So, and for another 2 hours after the workout, I sat in my chair in just a wide-eyed blank stare.
Yeah, the message I got, I'm still freaking out.
But then all of a sudden I felt really good. All of a sudden it's like I've mellowed out and I felt really good. But it did affect my sleep a little bit.
See, I had the 2 scoops and I felt it. Mine didn't hit straight away. It took about 2-3 sets in and I was like, okay, I'm freaking the hell out. I don't know what the hell was happening. Then it went to just insane quad pumps because we trained legs. It was just a stupid amount of pump. And then it went to, I was sort of, you know when you sort of are looking at yourself downwards, like what the hell happened? That's what happened. I was, people would think, oh, apparently that's strong. Well, as for myself at 2 scoops, I did crash pretty hard. I did crash. I was sitting there at work. I was like, oh, I'm going to sleep. I had to have a coffee to keep myself back up.
More coffee.
Yeah, and then I got home and I fell asleep, like instantaneously. So, if you have insomnia, 2 scoops will give you the best day of your life before you pass out. But as for value for money, it is $69.95.
Yes.
And it is a 1 or 2 scoop serving. 1 scoop is 40 serve. 2 scoops I've got 20. So value for money is definitely there. Yeah,
look, and I can handle pretty strong pre-workouts, but I will only take 1 scoop of this from now on.
I think
I would suggest everyone start off on 1 scoop and see how you go. Otherwise, there's nothing amazingly or new in it.
Nope.
It's just that there's a lot of everything in there.
Yes, it's got a lot of things.
So really, just pace yourself and just try the 1 scoop first and see how you go. And I think you'll mostly be surprised that it's gonna work really well. and then you're going to get 40 serves out of it. So it's available online now in Australian Muscle, $69.95, and 2 flavors: pink stardust,
Sour lemon candy.
sour lemon candy. The flavors are really mild, easy to drink, easy to slam down very quickly. Available now in store at all of the stores and locations: Australian Muscle, the gym, and Millswood and Salisbury, and online with free delivery. So if you are after a hard-hitting, fast-acting pre-workout, give Mega Pre by Primeval Labs a go. Available now. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
We should do our little goodbye.
Oh. Bye.
So that's it. That's it for this week. We'll catch you all next week. If you've got any questions or anything, hit us up on all social media, and we'll be happy to answer your questions. Good luck to everyone competing at the AMB show this weekend. So season B continues, and the next one after that, I think, is the IFBB.
Yes.
Yep. So we'll chat about, hopefully, if we find out anything about the AMB next week.
Hopefully there's some results posted somewhere.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks guys, and we will see you next week.